Half pigeon or sleeping pigeon brings us directly into our pelvic area, our hips, glutes, groin, inner thighs, and more. It offers us the opportunity to tap directly into the spaces that we may physically hold on to our tension and pain. And that can be a really interesting way to view our body as a storage unit. It's the closet that we have shoved a bunch of stuff into when we have guests coming over. And we may not have even bothered to identify and organize much of that stuff. We just keep sweeping more and more of the junk into the closet without really even looking to see if we should be holding on to it in the first place. In Half Pigeon, we get the opportunity to open up that closet and to see what is hidden there. And if we get quiet, we can listen to all of the secrets we've been storing. And after we've listened, we can begin to Marie Kondo our body, sending love to the things that we've been holding on to, thanking them for their service, because at some point they definitely probably did serve us in some way, shape, or form, and then letting them go. So as we practice Half Pigeon, I invite you to use the following mantra and the following intention. My body has important things to tell me. I listen, I learn, and I let go. To get into Half Pigeon, sit on the floor and draw one knee forward and sweep the other leg behind you. For beginners or those with less flexibility or for a longer hold in the posture, bring the heel of the front foot closer to the groin. Those with more flexibility can draw the heel closer to the opposite wrist on the ground in front of you, as long as it feels comfortable in your hips and knees. The back foot should be directly behind your shoulder, and the hip point of your back leg should be facing down and forward, so both hip points face the front of your space. If this feels comfortable, you can stay here with your body lifted, or you can draw your upper body forward and rest your forehead on your hands, a block, or a bolster for sleeping pigeon. If this posture feels uncomfortable, you have options. If your hips do not square to the front of your space, try placing a block or a rolled up blanket underneath your glute on the side of the body with the bent leg to align your hips. If you feel pain or discomfort in the knee of your bent leg, you can take a supine variation, which means laying on your back. Once you are on the ground, bend your knees, cross one ankle over the opposite knee, and then draw your legs in toward your chest. And you can press your elbow into your knee to deepen your stretch and open your hips. Once you have found a variation that works for your body today, settle into the posture with a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Audible sighing on your exhales may feel good in Half Pigeon. Go ahead and try that now. You may also consider softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Do what feels comfortable and safe in your body and space. You can maintain audible sighs or exhale through your nose, massaging the back of your throat and your vagus nerve. Once you have found a breath pattern that feels good for your body in this moment, send your breath down into your pelvic bowl, expanding it front, back, side to side with each inhale, and softening that space with each exhale. Now move your attention to your groin and your hips. If you have any areas of tension or notice tightness, imagine those spaces softening and relaxing with every exhale. Take a few breaths here. Now notice your glutes. Soften and release any tension in your exhales. Breathe here for a few moments. Now draw your attention to your perineum, the space between your vagina and your anus. With each inhale, gently release the perineum away from the body, and with every exhale, let it relax inward. You can place a hand there for a few breaths if you need help locating this area and feeling the subtle movement in and out. Come back to a breath pattern that feels really good right now. Breathe into the spaces that feel like they could use the most love in this moment and return to your intention. My body has important things to tell me. I listen, I learn, and I let go. And take a few more breaths in your pigeon variation. And we'll gently start to make our way to the other side. If you are on your back in the supine variation, gently untuck your legs from the posture. Bring a gentle movement, kind of like you're riding a bicycle, to your legs, and then tuck them into your chest before switching sides. If you are in sleeping pigeon or half pigeon, use your hands to lift your upper body and crawl them back toward your hips. Slowly drop into the hip of your bent leg and swing both legs out in front of you. Give them a gentle shake, some movement before getting into the posture on the other side. Let's go ahead and practice that now. You may notice as you transition to the other side that it may feel different than the first. Feel free to use props like blocks, blankets, bolsters, or pillows to support your body on this side. Once you have found a variation that works on this side, settle in with a full inhale into your belly and a full exhale. And take a few moments to notice how your breath feels on this side. Now send your breath into your pelvic bowl, creating 360-degree expansion within your in-breath and finding softening and relaxation with your exhales. You can also envision a power washer cleansing the interior of your pelvic bowl of anything physical or energetic that no longer serves you. Inhales cascade glittering blue water across your pelvic walls, and exhales flush everything away. And try that for a few breaths. You can keep your attention in your pelvic bowl or begin to notice your hips and your groin. Breathe into any tension and power wash it away. You have the option to keep your attention here or to draw your focus to your glutes. Continue to soften and release tension on your exhales. And keep breathing. Now draw your attention to your perineum. And again, you can place a hand here to help you identify this area and the subtle movements. With each inhale, gently release it away from the body. And with every exhale, let it relax inward. Come back to a breath pattern and an area of focus that feels really good right now. Breathe into the spaces that feel like they could use the most love and come back to your intention. My body has important things to tell me. I listen, I learn, and I let go. And take a few more breaths in your pigeon variation, and as you are ready, slowly come out of the posture.